Ia akan dimulakan pada tahun 2020. Baru-baru ini pun kita ada perbincangan dengan M10. M10 pun bersetuju dengan tayangan tersebut dan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri melihat program tersebut amat perlu. Dan Yang Amat Berhormat Perdana Menteri sendiri melihat contoh di Jepun bagaimana di Jepun telah dimulakan program makanan ini selari dengan dua konsep utama. Pertamanya untuk memastikan anak-anak kita mendapat makanan berkhasiat. Sebenarnya cadangan ini pada zaman
Good evening, welcome to Consider This. I'm Melisa Idris.
And I'm Ibrahim Sani.
This is the show that wants you to consider and reconsider the news of the day. So that was the Education Minister, Mazli Malik, announcing that primary school children across the country will be getting free healthy breakfast served daily starting from January 2020. So today the Education Ministry released frequently asked questions, or FAQ, on this initiative. And I guess that answers some of our questions, doesn't it, Ibrahim?
Yeah, some of the things that are contained in the FAQ includes the reason why they want to go for this purpose. They want to provide nutritious food for the students. They want to also target just the primary students. They don't want to target the preschoolers or the high schoolers. They also want to make sure that the rollout is efficient. That's why, again, we raised this yesterday. When you roll out things, it's important for you to roll out with agencies that have done this before.
Exactly.
In this case, it's the Supplementary Food Program people, which is the RMT. So it gives a little bit more color on the mechanism and the purpose of why this is being introduced in schools.
Well, you know, what I didn't know when this program was first announced yesterday, what I didn't realize was it's not just breakfast, right? So it's not just for morning session students. So the program will be provided around 7 to 8:30 a.m. for the morning school sessions. But for the afternoon sessions, they also get free meals between 12 and 4 p.m. It will be served. So kind of an afternoon snack. Now, I'm all for this. So I think Mazli Malik has been under some, I guess, scrutiny for his lack of progress since coming to office. But this is a step in the right direction, don't you think?
But it is in the step in the right direction. I think all kids have a right to good food, and I think there's no better institution other than the school to actually give them the best kind of nutrition, but there have been some backlash. According to one comment piece on Terkini, they say that it would be a waste of funds to provide breakfast for those who have already eaten at home. Some of the comments included, "My child might not like what you serve for breakfast." I think this is a little bit, all high and mighty, don't you think?
It's funny, the kinds of conversations that have come out from the announcement of this proposal. So I have to say, I was quite surprised. A lot of people are saying, listen, exactly, it could be a waste. My child could have eaten at home. Why not just serve for the B40? And I have to say, though, there are unintended consequences if you serve breakfast just for the B40. You could be opening up that child to stigma and bullying.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the idea perhaps is, to provide equal opportunity to all students to have a healthy breakfast, provided that it is healthy and not, the Malaysian breakfast.
I also want to highlight that the purpose of young kids, right, primary schoolers, is to focus on habitual behavior. And in this sense, while you want to inculcate good behavior through studying, through, collaboration with your classmates, open dialogue with your teachers and your friends, also, the most important thing is the soft skills that you want to be creating in terms of habitual behavior. And this includes eating good stuff, not just the jajan that you get from your school, right in front of your school.
And hopefully, instilling kind of good nutritional habits that will last a lifetime and also impact the rest of the family. Because you know what? Malaysian adults have terrible food habits. Only 6% eat enough vegetables, and Malaysian women particularly don't eat enough protein derived from animal sources. There you go.
We'll go to the next news, which is on the G7 in the Amazon. Here we have the French President Macron speaking about the issue.
On respecte votre souveraineté. C'est votre pays, c'est le Brésil, et là-dessus, je vais être très clair. Je n'ai jamais été ambigu. Mais attention, ce sujet de la forêt amazonienne est celui de la planète entière, et donc on peut vous aider à reforester. On peut trouver les moyens pour votre développement économique qui respectent ces équilibres, mais on ne peut pas vous laisser tout détruire.
So that was French President Emmanuel Macron talking about the need for an international response to the forest fires in Amazon in Brazil, which has hit a record number of 74,000 fires this year. That is an 83% increase compared to the same period last year. But then, on the flip side, we have the Brazilian president, Jair Bolsonaro, I guess, questioning the motivation behind
Absolutely, because the Brazilian president, Jair Bolsonaro, has questioned the motivation behind the pledge of tens of millions of dollars from the Group of 7 nations to help fight raging wildfires in the Amazon. Now, the international pledges made at the G7 summit in France, Biarritz, a nice town apparently, included $20 million from the G7 group, as well as a separate $12 million coming in from a bunch of other countries as well. Here's Jair Bolsonaro negating that particular comment. Let's play this particular clip.
Macron promete ajuda de países ricos à Amazônia. Será que alguém ajuda alguém? A não ser uma pessoa pobre, né? Sem retorno. O que está de olho da Amazônia? O que eles querem lá há tanto tempo?
All right, so that was Bolsonaro saying that, the rest of the world should respect Brazil as a sovereign country, that having this kind of international response to the Amazon fires essentially is creating a colony mindset, or, treating Brazil like a no man's land. What do you think, Ibrahim, in terms of whether or not the fires in the Amazon should be a response specific to Brazil or an international response?
We have to focus on the two statements given by the two presidents. The first statement that was raised by Emmanuel Macron is on the topic of whether or not it's a humanitarian effort or it's a globalized effort. In this sense, Emmanuel Macron was correct. This is a globalized effort. The G7, of all people, must step in to solve the problem. But Jair Bolsonaro was correct as well, because he argued nobody helps other people for free. What is in it for the G7 when they want to help the Brazilian rainforest situation? He says, or he masks it as a sovereign issue, but, should we be more skeptical the way Bolsonaro is?
Well, I completely disagree. I think that the Amazon provides 20% of the world's oxygen. This is essentially the lungs of the earth. And if, we all don't help take care of it, why leave it up to just one country? I mean, it's home to more than half of the world's animal and plant species. So, if these fires continue, we could see some animals become extinct. I think that we need a global, concerted effort when tackling with issues like climate change, like the fires in the Amazon, and for Bolsonaro to, I guess, be quite territorial about it feels a little bit, for me, a step backwards.
Or a selfish move.
Exactly.
Yeah. I just want to ask you one last thing, I suppose, before we go for the break. How do you think this will pan out? Because the money is ready to be given. Somebody doesn't want to get the money.
I'm hoping that Mother Nature will will play her role, but it turns out that I think, according to weather data, rainfall is likely to be weak, and therefore it's not going to help to extinguish the fires raging in Brazil. Apparently, the Brazil government has, I guess, launched some firefighting efforts, but that will only extinguish the smaller blazes. It takes Mother Nature and extreme rainfall to put out the larger infernos. But you know what? We're hoping for the best.
Oh, hoping for the best. Yeah, it's not about half a world away. It's actually the same world that we're living in.
It is 20% of our oxygen, guys. We should be paying attention. All right, we're going to take a closer look at the data-driven policy and how that's made after this on Consider This. So stay tuned.